On February 2nd, fans started trending the Mixers Stand with Little Mix hashtag.
You can sense when something ain't right. What's good, everybody? What's good, Two Real Squad? I'm T Will, and you're watching the Two Real Show, where we keep it 100% real every day and all day. Today, man, we back with Little Mix, and there's some news today, man. 10 signs that the Little Mix band girls is breaking up after touring, man. When I seen the title on that video, I'm like, man, I can't believe it. But I did not jump in conclusion that it can be drama between a group of girls or, management or something like that. I didn't jump in conclusion. All I wanted to do is react to it, with y'all, the Little Mix fans right now. And, we're going to react to it. I'm going to give my opinions, so I ain't going to say too much right now. But before we get in this reaction, man, if you're new, subscribe to my channel. And if you're a true Mixer, subscribe right now and turn on your post notifications. Welcome to the Two Real Squad. Now, without further delay, let's hop into this reaction.
If you're a mixer, you know that this is a huge concern on the daily. Our past experiences standing girl groups made us extremely aware that a breakup could happen at any moment. And since Little Mix has been around for quite a while, it's time to examine some of the signs that could lead to a breakup once their tour ends. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Split from Psycho. Let's start with a recent example. A split from Psycho, or as some of the mixers call it, Psycho. Yes, it sounds the same. It's the Psycho with the P and the H. You get it. Was welcomed by most fans. But it's important to know, this only proves the group was unhappy. Simon Cowell addressed why Little Mix dropped the label. He said it was because he didn't get along with their management company, called Modest Management. According to Simon, it has nothing to do with the girls and everything to do with working with the management.
So right now, man, for Simon, it was a management problem. The fans and people would think like, man, they'll automatically assume that, and they got a tour with Little Mix and all that. Nah, most of the time it'd be the management and how they be getting controlled and manipulated and can't do nothing about the situation. So they're like, man, forget this.
The only part of the story. More on that later. It's rumored that the band had a disagreement with Psycho over musical direction of their songs, especially Women Like Me. The Woman Like Me record features one of Little Mix's most desired collabs ever, the one and only Nicki Minaj. Rumor has it, the girls also wanted writing credit on the song, but never received it. So why is this a sign? Little Mix has spent 7 years with Psycho. We're sure that these 7 years brought a lot of turmoil that would eventually lead to a burnout.
Man. Just imagine, you working hard for something and you don't receive it behind somebody that has to give it to you. Man, that's crazy.
It also slightly reminds us of Fifth Harmony's issues with burning out due to not being able to write their own songs. And, of course, issues with their own label. And we all know that didn't last. So, it's sign number 1. More label problems. But after their split with Psycho, Little Mix immediately signed to a new label. RCA is under Sony Music, just like Psycho. The new label is giving fans hope the band can actually make a breakthrough in the US and get that well-deserved promo. But the hiccups just never end. Although Little Mix now has a new label, it seems that there are a couple of issues that are bothering the fans in 2019.
All right, look, y'all, just because you get out of a bad label, and you join a new one, there's always going to be something, always a problem. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be all good and all that, but it's always a problem. You can't just jump, another label and think something is going to always, it's going to work better because it's a new label. They offered me this, but you never know until you get there and go through it.
Their Think About Us single, which was a part of the LM5 album, but instead of releasing a single without a feature, the group had to collaborate with Ty Dolla $ign.
Yep, we reacted to that too.
They're struggling with the label. So it's yet to be determined whether RCA will truly do what's best for Little Mix, or will they finally have enough of all these issues. And that's sign number 2. Canceled shows. The LM5 tour has barely been announced, and the girls are already canceling some of the shows, like Scotland's Aberdeen show. According to reports,
bro, just imagine you about to go to a Little Mix concert and the show canceled. You like, what's going on? Most of the time people don't, some people like, okay, that has something to do, it's problem within them. And then some people don't really be thinking about that. They just be thinking like, the show is canceled. What's going on? Why? You know what I'm saying? They just care about seeing Little Mix, but, some people actually think about the problems behind it,
The Aberdeen show was meant to happen in October 2019, but was canceled in February 2019. The reason was unforeseen logistical issues, which could be anything from travel arrangements to equipment and venue.
Already scheduled and that
It
happened?
seems a bit odd that these issues could not have been figured out, considering the show isn't on for another few months. But it did leave a lot of fans disappointed. So why is this sign number 3? Well, back in 2014, Little Mix was meant to go on a U.S. tour after the huge success of their Salute album. They canceled the entire tour about 4 months before the first shows were due. Although they made...
So y'all know, look, I probably ain't get into Little Mix before that. October, yeah, I was still reacting to Little Mix. But y'all Little Mix fans, true Little Mix fans, man, y'all know I'm just now coming in and reacting with music with y'all. Y'all probably know more than me, so I mean... They canceled the whole tour. Did y'all know about that, man? I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I was just reacting to that music. So, I mean, put me on game down in the comment section, man. They really canceled their whole Salute album tour. That's crazy, man. That's something serious.
Promised to return, they haven't made big waves in the U.S. yet. While the LM5 tour does have U.S. dates, we just hope it'll actually happen this time around. Why are canceled shows a sign? Right before they went on their hiatus, Fifth Harmony canceled several of their shows. They even did so during their 727 era, which... So
she's doing a comparison, of other groups in the past, because the same things with music. So, I mean, they canceled some of their shows. She probably about to get into, hey, because of problems, problem with either management or, the group, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So it's similarity. That's what she's trying to get at here, I think.
Saw a lot of drama. Should Little Mix cancel shows in the U.S., it could tell us the group might potentially be in trouble. LM5 success and promises. Speaking of coming to the U.S., mixers have been campaigning for a U.S. tour for years. It's safe to say that this is something that is extremely hard to do for any international artist. But the talented ladies are really having a rough time, and fans are putting the blame on one thing: lack of promotion. Throughout the making of LM5, fans were hyped at the potential this album could have. And they were even more hyped when Fifth Harmony went on a hiatus, because that meant people's attention would shift to Little Mix. And that means more reasons to bring the group to the US and make it big. In theory, this seemed perfect, but it didn't really go down that well. LM5 album sales reached almost 150,000 units in the UK. Comparing to the 1 million album sales from the Glory Days album, the numbers indicate the label shift has had a negative impact. The numbers were even lower for US sales. Of course, our girls are still thriving.
Bro, that's sad how you can do so big with one, one album tour, whatever like that, then the next one just boom, what happened? You know what I'm saying? It really shouldn't have went that way. We had it all planned, and it just went, it just flopped because of management, or sometimes it happened naturally, but then again, poor management, management problems, all of this. When you working so hard, man, we gotta, like I said, we gotta pray for Little Mix. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what they're going through.
But
we don't know all of
them. The album sales aren't exactly promising. Of course, it shouldn't be the only indication that the group is struggling. But considering how hyped LM5 was as a breakthrough album, it does leave a question whether or not they can recover. Fan concerns. 7 years is a long time, and even fans start to wonder if the recent events will have an impact on the girls and their career decisions. Little Mix themselves has said that girl bands don't have it easy, and that it's amazing they're still standing after all this time. But fans also have other concerns. It's no secret that Little Mix fans know that the girls aren't treated right. On February 2nd, fans started trending the Mixers Stand With Little Mix hashtag. One fan's comment read that they might not be sure.
Let me pause real quick. See, you can sense when something ain't right. Your fans, true fans, they can sense that too, because you put a big impact on them through music. So, when you're doing all this music, man, Little Mix, they have a whole bunch of fans. So, all this stuff that's promised and is not happening through management, that can make, it's a big disappointment, because in Little Mix, the group of girls probably really disappointed too at stuff not going the right way. They, not only them, they probably disappointed that they let y'all down too, not just them, even though they have personal problems. I'm pretty sure they, they're more hurt behind it, but, disappointing y'all because their management and all of that, just not right.
Really going on half the time. But rest assured, everything they say is out of love and hopes for the girls to get what they deserve. The concerns are a result of the Think About Us video not being released on time. However, this wasn't the only time fans have noticed something was off. One of the biggest complaints is the fact that for some reason, the band isn't allowed to interact with their Twitter fandom. In Stan Twitter language, this means that fans are often losing on, quote, being fed by the girls. In modern social media world...
Now, one thing I'm going to say, I followed their Twitter not too long ago. They don't post a lot, like, you know how some, because they always busy, I guess, but you know, like, artists, they post, you know how much artists post, you know, Twitter is where you post a lot. How much artists post a lot, they'll post, you know, here and there. Just a little Twitter post. They don't really engage with the fans. I see, they just post, you know what I'm saying? Most artists, they have too many fans anyway to engage, but I guess you're saying they don't engage at all.
Artists' interaction with fans is extremely important. And yet, 7 years later, Little Mix still don't seem to use individual Twitter accounts and only interact through Instagram. This lack of freedom is another concerning sign that the band might eventually part ways. Controversies and
Instagram be letting you know drama for real.
The fact that unlike the Spice Girls, Little Mix aren't really loved by the UK media. To no fault of their own, they're constantly picked on and shamed for embracing their bodies and wanting to improve young girls' confidence. But the recent controversy with
ain't that crazy how they, you know, they British, so apparently they're from the UK and they're not treated well, you know. Like I said, the people, you know, they go on those things and doing the meetings and all of that and the talk show hosts, and they just getting bashed.
Morgan proves that the girls have way too many enemies. After Jesse slipped up on live air and called Pierce an inappropriate...
One more thing, of course you're going to have way too enemies when you got a whole bunch of fans. You're going to have a lot of people hating too. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy too. They probably got way more enemies than they should have because there's a whole bunch of people hating. You know how the world is.
Word, he fired back. And he fired back multiple times. The girls were shamed for embracing who they are as they promoted their confidence anthem called Strip. Pierce used his Twitter fingers to make sure that those who disliked
we reacted to that too, man.
Outlet to express their opinion, and went as far as calling Jesse stupid, along with other names. Over the years, the band has been involved in several controversies.
It was explicit, but still, it was expressing women.
They're often shamed for their performance outfits and just overall don't really have a good relationship with the media. There's only so long you can be subjected to these harsh words before you realize that the media will never change. So if anything breaks...
Hold on, y'all. See, look. You know what I'm saying? When you big and you famous, one little fan, you know what I'm saying? You can avoid that, but when you got a whole bunch of people bash you and all of that, that's when it get personal, you know, kind of hurt your feelings or something, you know. It's critical, you know, because it's like, dang, this must be true. Sometimes people would think it's true and all of that, but I mean, you just gotta let that go, man. Keep doing your thing. You can't let that get to you.
Little Mix, it would be the media. Past breakup rumors. And speaking of media, breakup rumors have been flying around for as long as we can remember. Back in 2016, Jessie broke down...
See, I didn't know that. Y'all probably knew this.
...shows in Dublin. Later, in an interview, she admitted she prefers to be settled down in peace and quiet. She said that all she wanted to do was go somewhere no one would find her. It was a huge insight into the girl's exhausting schedules. Sparked...
Man, pretty exhausting schedule. That's a sign of a burnout. You know what I mean? Like, she just said, man, I just want to go somewhere, you know, just be to myself a long time, you know what I'm saying, to regenerate. You know what I'm saying? She crying, she ain't feeling good. I didn't know about that. Y'all probably did.
A few breakup rumors. In 2017, Jessie admitted that she almost had a breakdown after it was revealed they'll be back on tour with a grueling schedule. They also admitted they can't afford to take a break or hiatus like One Direction because girl groups are easily forgotten. Then again, the rumors were sparked in 2018. It just really looks like these girls have a lot they need to handle. Which brings us to our next sign.
Stuff they can't handle.
Overworked. It's no secret to mixers that the band has a hectic tour schedule. Really, really hectic. In 2016, Little Mix had 62 shows around the world. In 2017, the number raised to 123, more than any other pop artist. In comparison, Fifth Harmony played 82 shows in 2016,
Proof that Little Mix popping though.
29 in 2017. By the looks of it, 2019 will also be extremely intense on Little Mix, with 36 shows already booked. Although the girls are excellent performers with high energy at all times, it's clear that the grueling schedule is taking a toll on them. When they announced their fifth album, Even fans started urging the girls to take a break after getting increasingly worried. In 2017, Jade lost her voice after one of the shows, but continued to perform without taking a break. The girls have previously noted that they all bought
That's
houses
hard.
in 2018, but have yet to sleep in them because of their intense schedules. Although it seems like they have...
So they all bought houses, man, but they, imagine you at work and you cannot go home because you gotta, see, that's just a little thing. You gotta stay extra hours, another double shift, and you can't go home. You know how that feel? But we talking about an actual tour and all of that away from home, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you gotta go on stage and perform with fans. You know what I'm saying? Just doing it back to back. And you ain't even went home. You ain't even got a chance to go to your new house. So you basically, you know, still on tour and ain't even been home. You ain't got no home, basically. Man, that's crazy.
A break until the tour. It's clear that the song ownership fiasco will be a mentally tiring battle. Solo projects. Let's not forget that Little Mix have all auditioned to be solo stars. It's an actual miracle they have become such good friends and have such amazing energy and talent. As we know, most bands don't last that long.
They are talented.
But that's not to say that they haven't been eyeing solo projects. Now that we know they weren't
You gotta invest in yourself
allowed
too,
to
man.
have writing credits, it's only natural to want to explore your creativity and have other outlets. 2017
Really, you never know what can
Jade
happen.
auditioned for the live-action adaptation of Aladdin. She unfortunately lost the role to Naomi Scott, but that alone would have put the band in jeopardy. A source told Celebs Now that Perry was actively looking for small side projects to give her a creative outlet, and she's not the only one. A source close to the girls told The Sun that Jessie is also looking to become an actress. In 2018,
For real?
the band revealed they're only at the beginning and therefore further from splitting. But do you know who also said that in 2017? Yeah, Fifth Harmony. And we all know how long that lasted. Which brings us to our next and final point, the girl band curse. You could probably write a whole college essay on the fact that there seems to be a curse surrounding girl bands. A split is inevitable. Just look at the Spice Girls, Destiny's Child, or even girls like...
I don't know what's up with them curses, man. Curses like, just like if, let's say if it was in a family, the curse that, you know, just repeat after generation. Basically, you know, it's kind of like really self-explanatory. Like, you know it's going to happen. Like, hey, they're going to end up splitting up. The band girl curse. It happened to everybody else.
There's no secret that all female bands are a rarity in today's world. And when they do exist, people follow them more for the drama than they do for the talent. Many have noted
That's
that
true.
it's much easier for boy bands to score chart-topping hits and remain relevant. Just look at One Direction, 5 Seconds of Summer, The Vamps, or Why Don't We? On the other hand, it's clear that
That's
the
true.
media expectations of girl bands and female musicians in general are much higher. So while K-pop girl bands are currently thriving,
They got more fans too. They love the females.
set on the Western bands. And that's why this is sign number 10. We're sure you have a lot to say on this topic, so make sure to let it all out in the comments. Will Little Mix last, or do they really deserve a break after what looks like to be an exhausting tour?
All right, man. So that was Little Mix, man. 10 sides that the band, you know, Little Mix band's breaking up. That's crazy, man. After tour, like, there's a lot of signs that we seen, man. And hey, it's true. You know, it's nothing but facts. But all we got to do is, man, pray for Little Mix because, you know, they can have problems going in within themselves and all of them, and we don't probably know about it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely the management, you know how management go. They can't control stuff, and they can't even, you know what I'm saying, go home. I get off time. They burnt out and all of that, man. That's really sad because, you know how it is, you know, in real life with us. You know what I'm saying? We're not even famous, but like when you burn out and you tired and you can't even go home and it's basically being manipulated and people controlling you, you know, you disappoint your fans and all of that. You know, you can't really, you know, you have no control over anything. It's really sad, man. Like I said, all we need to do is pray for Little Mix, man. You seen what happened. It's not looking too good, man. Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about it, man. Even if you know a little more, put it down in the comment section, man. But look, be sure to hit that thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? If you like this reaction video, like I said, if you're new, subscribe right now. If you're a true mixer, subscribe right now. Turn on your post notification, man. Welcome to the Two Real Squad. Now, with all that being said, man, it's T Will. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.